Welcome back. Jay Sellers, Legacy Infiniti, Lynbrook, New York. We appreciate the opportunity to earn your business. We appreciate your love if you visited us in the showroom, and we appreciate those of you who are viewing me online. What I'd like to do is I'd like to be your tour guide today on the 2012 Infiniti G37X. So let's get started. 2012 G37X sedan hasn't undergone any real major modifications in the way of the look of the vehicle. Styling and those things will be pretty much the same. However, you do have your V6 328 horsepower engine, and that engine is going to be situated on the liquid dismounts. And for those of you who don't know or haven't seen me speak about this before, the liquid dismounts are going to limit the vibration directly from the engine to the steering column, preventing driver's fatigue, and quite naturally, anytime you have a vehicle with that much horsepower, you feel it directly in the steering wheel. This will prevent that. In addition to that, the liquid dismounts are also, in the event of a head-on collision, they burst and the engine drops down and you tumble safely under the vehicle as opposed to pushing through the cabin with you and your loved ones. You'll notice the rarity, the battery and the brake fluid are located in rare positions. Most vehicles, the battery and brake fluid usually are right here. So in the event of a head-on collision, what's the first thing impacted? Battery and brake fluid. By moving them back, what we're doing is we're preventing against the aforementioned, and by lining up behind the center line of the engine, you're actually giving it better weight distribution for this vehicle. You'll take a look here. Crumple zones are going to be located in the front fenders and rear quarter panels. You'll probably can catch a major crumple zone here, which is in the hood, and cause the hood to actually fold like an A or a house or an upside down V, as opposed to pushing into the windshield. But in addition to that, the crumple zones located along here are actually going to cause the front of the vehicle to kind of fold in an accordion fashion. Reason for that is most of the impact will take place here, and it'll actually diffuse the impact. That way, by the time it touches the cabin, it's almost non-existent. Bi-xenon headlamps will be right here, and if you'll notice, the fogs are actually relocated into the front fascia, as opposed to the way they were the last time we spoke, and they were actually right in the headlight. You'll still get the bi-xenon headlamps that'll give you the 6 feet extra visibility as far as distance, and if you notice, they wrap around the side of the vehicle still to give you that 2 feet of peripheral vision, so you actually get more of this as opposed to the tunnel vision you get with most vehicles. Take a look here. 17-inch alloys, ABS brakes, all-season radial tires. This vehicle is into all-wheel drive, okay? And when I say into all-wheel drive, it'll operate on a rear-wheel drive performance level in the event of a dry surface. But when you get the rain, the slick, the ice, the snow, things of that nature, the vehicle intelligently recognizes that and gives you the all-wheel drive capabilities that you may need. Take a look here. Breakaway mirrors in both directions. That has not been discontinued, and it'll still be there. And I think it makes sense because I live in Flushing, and sometimes I travel to the city, things of that nature. In the event that someone goes by and taps your mirror, garbage trucks, so on and so forth, it'll actually go with the punch kind of like a boxer, as opposed to staying stiff, and then you lose the entire mirror. Okay? In all our vehicles, not just the G37, you're actually going to get double steel impact beams that are going to line the side of the vehicle. And the reason for that is you can actually take an impact from the side up to about 35 miles an hour before it begins to penetrate the inner compartment. Take a look here. Our back doors are going to open at an 85 to almost 90-degree swing, and the reason for that is it makes it easier for you to get, one, larger passengers in the rear. Two, if you're situating a child's car seat or something like that, it makes it very easy as opposed to the door being right here on your back. You just have more access. It makes it easier to get in and out of our vehicles. I also want you to visit a portion of the website in Infiniti.com. It's called Snug Kids. It'll actually tell you which car seats and how to situate them to achieve optimum safety for your children and loved ones. Take a look back here. On the rear of all vehicles, you're going to have LEDs, which is light emitting diode. Reason for that is, one, there's no lag from the time you step on the brake to the time that illuminates. It's instantaneous, okay? And it's going to illuminate 4 times brighter. That's right, 4 times brighter than the average bulb. Reason being is research has shown that a vehicle traveling at 60 miles per hour is covering about 88 feet per second. You shave a fraction of that time off, you're actually increasing the response time by 22 feet. Follow me. Rear view camera in these vehicles are standard now in all G37X, all right? Anytime you put your foot on the brake and put your vehicle in reverse, everything that's behind you will show up on your 7-inch LCD, okay? On that 7-inch LCD, you'll have 2 sets of lines. You'll have lines that will measure the maneuver itself, and you'll also have lines that will actually measure the distance or the proximity from whatever the obstruction may be. Pay close attention to those things. Backup sensors are going to be in the premium package. Those backup sensors actually give an audible alert in the event that there's something behind the car. And it'll beep and intermits. The further away the beeps, you know for a fact you have some distance. But when it starts to become a steady beep, you know that object is probably dangerously close to the car. Follow me. Intel key is still standard. For those of you who aren't familiar with the product or aren't familiar with the brand, what the Intel key is a key that you're going to keep in your pocket, briefcase, so on and so forth, as long as it's on your person, and it works with about a 21-inch proximity. Once you get to the vehicle will have a small conversation with the key located on your body. Press the button one time, it'll open one door. Press it twice, it'll open all the doors. A couple years ago, I told you how much I love that new car scent. This is no different. All right. Now we discussed the Intel key. Like we said, we're going to put our foot on the brake and we'll press start and go is how it works. It's the same situation. You put your foot on the brake, press start and go. Stop your vehicle, the exact same situation. These vehicles are going to have 6 airbags. You'll have driver and passenger. You're also going to have curtain and side to give you optimum safety in the car. You'll have a snow mode. Snow mode is going to desensitize the throttle in the event that there's snow packed up around the car. Now we know that these vehicles are intelligent enough to recognize the change in surface, but in the event that you come out your home and there is no change in surface, the car's at a standstill, it's nothing for the vehicle to intelligently recognize as far as a change. The snow mode will desensitize the throttle and make it easier for you to get out of these types of snow embankments, entrapments, and things of that nature, all right? You're also going to have inside the vehicle, you'll have a Bose system in these cars. Music sounds phenomenal. You'll also have driver's audio stage, which will send the music directly towards you in the event that you're the only person in the vehicle. All right, these vehicles are going to have a 20 gigabyte hard drive in the car, and the reason for that is 10.7 of it is going to be dedicated to your navigation. Inside the navigation, you'll have XM nav traffic, you'll have XM weather, and you also have a Zagat restaurant finder, so you can actually find what restaurants, and they'll rate it, things of that nature, just to give you some more comfort and convenience. The other 9.3 is going to be dedicated to a hard drive where you can actually put a CD in the face of the radio. Usually by the time you listen to maybe the 4th or 5th song, the car will actually steal the music directly to the car. You can save up to 2,800 songs directly to the hard drive in the vehicle for music lovers. Just makes it a much easier than having to carry the CD cases and the CD bags and things of that nature, especially if you're big on music, all right? You're also going to have inside the armrest, you'll have a USB port where you can connect iPods and you can connect other USB compatible music devices, things of that nature, okay? Now, we discussed a little bit before about the backup camera and how that works. We discussed how the audible alerts and things of that nature. One of the things that I can't really discuss, but you just have to experience, is the drive. We know that this is probably one of the #1 selling compact sedans in its class. As you see, it's not confining. It's extremely athletic and it's agile, like as if it has coupe type features if you get an opportunity to drive the car, but it's not small like a coupe. I really encourage you to come down and see us for the 2012 Infiniti G37X all-wheel drive. Or you can just go into a G37, or you can go into a G37 coupe, or you can go into a QX56. But I really would appreciate if you had the opportunity. Come down and see us at Legacy Infiniti. All right? It's our stated policy to treat every visitor to our showroom as an honored guest in our home, every day, every time, without fail, no exceptions. And every visit will be truly exceptional. Thank you. Again, I'm Jay Sellers. Have a great time. Happy motoring.